I'm Gary, your host, and I introduce my co-hosts, and we'll get to it in just a tick. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the trip. Uh, we will get started here. Sorry, I'm running a little late. If maybe you can tell, maybe you can't. I had to actually make dinner tonight, so you know, and dinner was supposed to be ready 5 minutes ago, but it always takes a little bit longer. So we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the show, Matt.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
You're low. You're low.
Oh, that's why I forgot the microphone over there. So, good evening.
All right. Once you get your mic set, I'll go come back to you. Tony, how you doing?
Just gonna walk
And
down the
Tony's on the
hall,
mute now.
door, but
Now I can't
we're
hear
good.
Tony. What is going on with the
Man, you started
technical
late. You
people
set the
today?
tone, man.
All right. And Mr. Tom, how about you? How are you doing?
Greetings to everyone in the Tomiverse.
All right. Cool. Cool. Tony, your audio is not working. Tell me. Tell me it's fixed now.
It's not
Nope.
amazing. We'll have a great show.
Yeah, we do have a great show. If you could just hear some of us speak. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good, brother.
All right, cool. So, guess we had the road trip on Saturday. Uh, just before we had Arsenal played Friday on Saturday, right? Yep. Then we played Sevilla, won pretty convincingly. So I guess we'll get into that. Let's see. Tony's trying to come back in. Let's see if his audio works. How you doing, Tony? Still nothing. I don't have you on mute. Your audio is just not coming in, Tony. I'm not sure what's happening there. All right, that's my alarm going off because I was running late. Tony, I guess we'll try it. He'll try it again. So we'll get this thing started. Why Not is joining us, one of our first guests that come up on the chat, anyways. Des the Enforcer, for those who know him. Yeah, he has joined us. We'll go ahead and get started. So Arsenal, last preseason match before the season starts. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. Arsenal look like they're ready to go. We saw saw in a second game in a row, basically the starting 11, and probably the one we're going to hopefully see. Well, I think the one we'll see on a Friday. Arsenal for me looked really good. I know Sevilla, they're still starting their season, so they're not all into it. So it doesn't count. But for me, preseason does count for us. These are, if we were in practice and we did this, we'd be happy, right? So I just say I'm going to take what I do in the practice field and put it to the actual, into a real game. And this is the way you want to go. So Matt, first thoughts on the 6-0 win by Arsenal?
It was all good, but if you do not win this game on Friday, doesn't mean a thing. We got to go out. This is big up to the chat. Hey man, let me go ahead and throw this out there too. Me and Jez got our times confused and our dates. So I'm actually gonna be on his channel this week, and we're just trying to confirm either Thursday or Wednesday. But I'll definitely be on his channel this week.
Cool.
So make sure y'all follow Arsenal.
So at the end of the show, you'll repeat that again for those who catch it.
Yeah,
a little bit late as well.
I was glad that we got a nice win. All of the guys played well. It's just a matter about putting this all together when we play Premier League games. Can we have that same energy? I'm done talking about preseason. I don't hear anything else about it. It's all about put up or shut up. Next 5 games are all must win. I don't see any draws. I don't see any losses. We need to go on a run out of the gate. We need to get maximize as much points as we can maximize right out of the gate. So overall, with me, I've been 1 to 10. I'm giving it a strong 10. I'm actually going to give this game a 10 this past weekend.
That was a good one. Tony, can we hear you?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
It came in for a second there.
There it is.
You hear
It's gone again.
Nope.
It's
Yep.
on delay.
Nope.
It's on delay. Try just turn off your video for a second and seeing if it's a bandwidth issue real quick.
It's not.
Turn off your video. Just turn off the video on the little video button, and then see if it's just a Y. Can we try and talk now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can definitely hear you now. So maybe when you're talking, you can take the video off because it doesn't seem to be a delay. But let's see. So tell me a little bit about this game. Still there, Tony? Oh, looks like we lost him again. All right, this is going to be one of those kind of shows. Oh well, there's technical difficulties in the Midwest of the U.S. right now. But Tom, I don't know. Did you get a chance to see the game?
I can't see the game.
I know. I keep asking you silly questions.
Silly question. Oh, well, the only time a year I watch Arsenal is when the 2 times a year they play Leeds. No, but seriously, I'll see some of it. But where are the props? You're not the only team that scored 6 goals this weekend, sirs. Right? Because yesterday we scored more than 5, but less than 7. So we all scored 6 this weekend. I don't know. You're all happy like, oh, we scored 6 goals, and I'm like, yeah, but we matched you on Sunday. So
did you play?
Yeah, that's not important. No, we played Caligari from Italy.
What is that division? Is that like a League 2?
No, Caligari's halfway decent.
They got relegated last season by 1 point. But but it's not the point. Yeah, not the point.
No, I was just guessing. I didn't know I was going to get it right. Second division team.
No, but historically, they've generally been a stable team in Serie A. Generally, as Matt was about to say, I'm guessing. Right. They're generally quite solid. But the reality is, yeah, we still give them a bit of a spanking. Same as Arsenal. Why you bring up that they scored twice, Des? That's just rudeness.
Oh, you guys gave up. You guys gave up goals.
Yeah, to make the game exciting.
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Because your game was dull. You had it 1-0. You were just like, give us the Emirates Cup now. But
I hear you.
More importantly, I went to for the American to the shop, and I got myself. Oh, would you have a look at that? Walker Sensations.
Let's get a closer look at this. What is it? Oh, so the chip of the day is Walker's Sensations. Is that chicken flavored? Roasted chicken?
Roasted chicken and thyme.
All right. Cool.
We'll find out how they taste later.
Perfect. And I see Ben Ireland. He's joined us. Welcome. Rodrigo's I guess he's answering a question.
He's my boy.
So yeah.
Yeah, Rodrigo got hat-trick.
Yeah. I think teams can start to fare us again, hopefully. Well, yeah, I think we have to hold that thought until we go through, the gauntlet, those first 5 games. I think if we come out of those first 5 games having won all of them, that will be promising. That will be a good step in the right direction. I mean, we are playing. Who are we playing in those first 5 games? Playing Crystal Palace away. Leicester City gets us home. Bournemouth away, and then Fulham and Villa at home. And Villa is a midweek game. So definitely, those are 5 games we can definitely win, going getting things started. So I'll just go through this chat real quick. Yeah, why not? Everybody is in the chat. Hopefully we'll get some more. It's a busy day in the Twitter and the YouTube verse right now, and we'll get into that as well. Yeah, that little audio there. Yeah, we got here. Yeah, Erdegaard now has somebody he can look up the field and get the ball to. And for me, it actually looks like Martinelli actually has somebody he can pass the ball to as well, because he's getting used to that now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. He did say you guys, you gave up some presents. It looks like.
Yeah,
All right.
that's in the past. We already addressed this.
That's already in the past, but I wanted to say it again just because why not?
No. I'll tell you something. I will tell you something that Des won't obviously know, because I doubt he watches Leeds matches on YouTube. We were lucky because at 3-2, they had a massive opportunity to make it 3-3. It was harder to put the ball wide than it actually was to put it in back of the net, but he put it wide, and then we went down the other end and scored 3 more goals. So
Very nice.
that's football, innit?
Cool.
But it could have got embarrassing.
I hear you. All right, so let's get back to the real game, the 6-0 game, as opposed to a team that gave up 2 goals to a Division 2, a second division team. So Arsenal, once again, like I said, 6-0. They looked really good. In about 20 minutes, they scored 4 goals, and that pretty much gave them the game. But some of the stats for that game, which I really are impressed with. We had basically our front 3, and everybody that came in on that front 3 basically all contributed. You had a hat trick from Jesus, you had a brace from Saka, 2 assists from Martinelli, and actually a goal from Nketiah as well. That's got to be a good thing going forward. So we'll take it. So Matt, tell me, we got 6 goals, and the front line for me looked really good.
It did. It looked very well. Jesus is the motor that kind of gets everybody rolling, man. I mean, it's a whole different dynamic with him on the field. I think the area of concern for me, and I'm pretty sure I speak for you and Tony, is that if Jesus goes down, we are in major doo-doo. Major doo-doo. So, with that being said, I just really feel like we just need some extra signings to get us over the hump. I think that I think we need a couple extra signings for backup this year. I think this year we do not have the backup and competent players in positions of that we need. It's gonna be a long season. What could be a good season could be turned into a very long season. And I just think that the guys are enjoying playing with each other. Not so much sure if it's Arteta. I just think the guys I can tell the difference, but visually by players who are enjoying playing with each other. And I just think that they're just enjoying playing with each other. And the show is coming out on the field. Well, like I said, we'll have a really good idea for me personally, the next 3 games will tell me exactly a little bit about where we are. So I'm just kind of holding, not trying to get overly excited. Because I've seen this before where we've had a great preseason and I've seen the season go right up belly up. So I think I saw us win a couple of what's that damn thing that we Community Shield, and they go tits up. So yeah, Dad. That's what they say. They're saying that the signings are coming. That's a whole nother discussion, man. Because there's a guy over at Leicester that's ready to roll, and we still, just dilly dallying. We're at the start of the season now, man. A lot of this stuff should have been sorted out a long time ago, Gary and Tony.
No, I hear you, and your concern and my concerns for a very long time has been the depth on the squad. But before that, can we please get a starting 11? I can, feel we have a chance.
What did you say at the end of last season, Gary? How many players you
I
said, man?
said 10. I said 10.
We're still 6 short.
We're 6 short, and we're 6 short, and we got 5, right? Which is crazy, right? Got 5, and we're still 6 short in that sense because I don't feel Marquinhos right now is what I would consider one of those 10 players because he's to me he's still a project. I believe not somebody you bring in and go, you know what, you're gonna be part of the rotation. You're gonna start for us easily because they've seen the skills. So depth is going to be an issue, but we'll get back to the depth in a little bit. We'll let Tony, if we can get the auto work in, talk a little bit about our front line and how well they played in this game. Its audio's gone again, Tony. What's going on?
I can read what he's saying. I can lip read him. He's
What did he say?
He said, "I am a fucker.
Okay.
I really am. Someone, please change my nappy." No. I'm not sure that's what he said.
What's going on, Tony? You've been doing the podcast for like years now. Now I can't get the audio working. You trying something new? Aye. All right. Well, looks like he froze again. So I will take over, and then we'll get to Mr. Tom. We'll go through the chat. I see some extra chats here. Yeah. This is I guess this is to Matt. Yeah.
Matt is right.
We definitely see.
In all seriousness, he is right.
Yeah, we're seeing these guys are having fun playing football. Jesus has brought out a lot of fun in football. He's brought energy. With energy, these guys are actually, I believe, playing a lot looser. I mean, he scores in his first 90 seconds on the pitch, right? Games looks like it's we're starting out the season bad. He comes in 30 seconds later, he scores. I mean, that's the kind of energy that we need. That's the kind of leadership that we need on the pitch. With actions, we always talk about, Erdegaard doesn't really scream. He's not a screamer, but he does have some of that, actions speak louder than words. But Jesus has some really, really loud actions. As far as I'm concerned, I think everybody realizes this is a different level to football. I've enjoyed it, and we need to see a lot more of it. And Zinchenko comes in, hopefully he'll bring a similar kind of a feel to the game as well. So let's see. What does this say here? We're not 5 short because you can play. Well, the reason why we're 5 short, well, Norton Coffee is to me still he's a project, right? He's not a player like you have 25 players on a squad. The back 5 for me would be project players and maybe like an El Neni. That's kind of where I kind of feel those players live. And then that first 20 are players that in a pinch, if you need to start back-to-back games, you feel comfortable with that. We're not there yet. Let's see if Tony can have a word here. So Tony, let's see if the audio works. Got something to say about the front line? Still not working, Tony. I don't know what's going on, sir. I'll let you when I hear you, I'll switch over to you. But Mr.
That delay of his, we'll find out the answer to all his questions tomorrow morning, I think.
It sounds like it. So, Mr. Tom, I don't know if you got the front line for us looked really good. I mean, we got all our goals and I think all of our assists from there.
I got something to say about your front line, but more importantly, I did the maths, right? And you shouldn't be ignoring my team, you American Arsenal fans, because 18.18% of your starting 11 in the upcoming World Cup will be probably playing for Leeds United. So be mindful of that, yeah? Just maths. So
I don't know. What did he? I didn't get it. What did you say? Say it again.
2 out of 11. Yeah. Tyler Adams, Brendan Aronson, both play for Leeds, and they're probably going to be in your starting lineup for the World Cup, possibly. Yeah, 2 out of 11. It's 18.18%. It's maths. I'm just saying.
Well, you better get them ready.
The American Arsenal fans are dismissing. Oh, why are we following Leeds? Well, because 18% of your team play for us, so you should have an eye, like one eye should have like an eye on it, like eye
All right.
on it. Yeah.
I hear you,
But I'm
Tony. You
just
got?
saying.
Can we hear it, Tony? What in the world's going on, dude? All right, we'll move this along. Hopefully, Tony is able to get his audio sorted out. But we will
But
continue on.
in all seriousness,
Yep.
I imagine Arsenal have not had many better pre-seasons than the one you've had in terms of result and performance.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean,
You've been getting goals left, right, and centre.
True. And for me, that's got to be that's a good thing for me because I kind of feel like the last two preseasons for Arteta, or the last two have not been well received by myself. I don't, our front line didn't provide much in the way of scoring, even though we had some, world class players up there. Well, one world class player up there. We didn't get much out of him in the preseason, and it rolled over for me into the regular season. So I know, Matt, you said that not to get too excited, but I'm saying it's promising and it's pretty good to be able to go through that. Now, for me, we talked about the front line. Let's move back a little bit. That midfield area. I know we don't have the depth there that we want, but for me, with Partey kind of backing up a Erdogan and Xhaka combo in front, that's working right now. I don't think it's long term, but I think it's working for us right now and should be enough to get through those first 5 games. Tell me about the midfielders.
Oh, okay, I was waiting. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. You ended like woof.
Oh no, I was waiting for you. I thought you would just jump in after I named the 3 players.
Tell you about the midfield. Midfield, we still need some work in that midfield, man. I want you to understand something, y'all. Yes, the Sevilla team was good, but they also sold about 5 of their players. I mean,
was it both centre backs, wasn't it?
Yeah. They sold 2 of their starting centre backs. I think they sold a couple of midfielders. So it was kind of like new look for them. I'm gonna say it again. The first 3 games of this season will tell us exactly what the problem is. Luckily for us, we have, I think, 3 straight weeks of games, or 4 before the transfer window. So we're gonna have a good idea about what's what. Deep down inside, I think Arteta's trying to give Xhaka a little bit of let's see how this works out deal. And if it gets rough, that deal for Tielemans may actually come through. Because I've even heard Paqueta. I think I heard even Paqueta this week. So, I mean, that tells me that they realize there's a weakness there. I'm telling you now, that's one of our problem areas. Is that midfield. So this is why I keep saying you have to taper. This weekend was cool. It was great. It was cool. But we've got to get in the mindset of the competition we're getting ready to come up to is going to be like a lot better than that Sevilla team. Yeah, there you go. We need a Savage. And I got a chance. I watched a little bit of Gakpo today. I kind of like what I saw with him too. So, but we definitely, man, we need a tank in the midfield, a destroyer. We need a Savage as a Savage. Fits in the mold of Savage.
Is he an attacking mid?
No, he's a defensive mid.
Okay, so he's more defensive than he is. Like Partey for me is more offensive going forward, but he can play a CDM to get us by. But I'd rather him not have to do that. I don't know how you feel about that.
No, you need. I'd go old school. I'd rather have 2 holding defensive mids and 1 attacking mid.
Okay,
that's just me. I'm old school, so I would. That's the way I would prefer it. And I would prefer 2 competent defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
And an attacking mid, which could either be Odegaard or whoever else they decide to bring in, or Tielemans and KFC. Or
It
Tielemans,
is very good.
Tielemans and Partey. So I mean, we still got a few things. I mean, we've got a few things that to work on with this midfield. I think that, like I said, they did well this weekend, man. But it's just that I'm just, I'm glad even if we would have lost this weekend, because we lost last week, which I don't know if we're going to talk about that game, but we lost to Brentford, and there's a lot wrong with that game.
Yeah. We'll get to that right after this. We'll try to finish up. Maybe Tony will get in here, or he can have his say on the.
But I'll say,
game.
midfield for that game Saturday did well. But I'm gonna say it again. I got to see that performance on Friday night, man. I just got to see that on Friday night.
Yeah, I do too. It's already here, so we're gonna have to play it and see how it goes. Now we've been talking about Arsenal a lot here on this Arsenal channel, but we do have our lead segment every couple of switches.
This is an Arsenal channel.
I think
Since when's this an Arsenal channel?
We took a vote. Did you not partake?
Well, no, I thought it was a football channel that happened to have mild Arsenal discussion on it.
Mild.
What is this? Like, it's not called the Arsenal trip, is it? It's
that
the
is
trip.
true. That is true. Tell me something. Because I assume did you get to watch Leeds play that second division team?
I've seen it.
How do they look compared to what you feel they need? Are they ready for Premier League with what you saw, or do they have a ways to go? Because tell me.
I think that we are possibly in a better position to go into this season than we was going into this time last season. We didn't know that at the time, so I could be sat here this time next year saying the same thing about this year. Don't know. Go find that out. But there were instances in yesterday's game where I think we were too easily cut open by like long ball over the top sort of thing, which is it's hard to prevent, but once it happens, you're chasing. So you got to try and prevent it by stop getting there before they get confident doing it as such. Attacking wise, I'm more confident because I think we have pieces in place to hurt people. But then at the same time, attacking wasn't really ever our problem. It's the shipping of silly goals. And
you gave up 2 to Division 2, so is that the scary part of this Premier League season starting?
Yeah, but at the same time, so did Arsenal against Nuremberg.
We didn't give up 2 goals.
You did. You gave up 2 against Nuremberg.
Not our 6-goal win.
Well, no, you scored 5, so you scored less and gave up 2. So if I'm worried, you should be terrified, really. But
we'll get into the back line.
But you're not, are you? Yeah. You're 1-5-2, so you're happy about it. But the point is that we are in a situation where am I confident that we'll stay up? I am. Because ultimately, after last season, the goal is to just not be in the situation we was in last season. I don't really want to be saying next April, asking Matt to guarantee my team's survival again. He did, to his credit. Like he said we'd survive, and we survived. So I put that faith in him. But I don't want to have to put that faith in him. I'd rather them just make sure that we're 15th by March, sort of,
Cool.
You just unless like some country that owns loads of oil decides that they suddenly love Yorkshire, we just have to keep fighting and clawing our way up the table gradually. But
cool. Well, you've done
We'll
a
find
lot
out.
of business. Yeah, you've done a lot of business. So hopefully it does stick. It does stick. Hopefully that does. And we'll just go through some of these chat messages here. Yeah, El Neni. I mean, I think El Neni's actually looked much better as far as putting the ball, moving the ball forward. And I think with the players getting better around him, hopefully when he's playing, that'll make it a lot easier. If you, so I think that's going to be a place there. Why not Scott here? As far as the midfield is better equipped. Oh, Palace is better equipped than Chelsea and Seville currently. You say that, but then I mean, they are
Who is
better
it?
equipped with. Are they better equipped after letting Conor Gallagher go? I mean, I kind of felt like he should be a starter in the league for me.
Zaha's going to decline sooner rather than later.
What? Say it again.
Zaha is going to decline sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I mean, he is. He seems like a ticking time bomb. The more he gets discouraged, so that's another thing. So we've kind of got from the back. We'll move back a little bit. We'll move back one more line. We've got our what I believe is going to probably be our starting back line come Friday. We've got White on the right. Next to him, you've got Saliba, Gabriel, and then you've got Zinchenko probably going to be on our back line. They looked really good. We did not. They haven't. Yeah, I don't think they've been. Have they been scored on? I'm not sure if they've been scored on since we've had that back line in place. So I've liked it. Liked it pretty well. Matt, how did you feel about that back line?
Nice and neat, man. Saliba is the man of the hour. The man is exactly what you pray for with a center back, man. Him and Gabrielle, man, it's just it is cake and ice cream, Gary. You hear me? I'm talking Sara Lee frozen pound cake, man. It is good, really good. And I told y'all before, man, Ben White's gonna be the odd man out. I know I surprised what's it Stan, I think it was about Saliba, but not Saliba, but Ben White. But I think Ben White's gonna be the odd man out, man. But you see that there's a gulf in quality. When you put him up against Saliba, it's just a gulf in quality. Even Gabrielle, it's a gulf. They work well together, and I mean it just shows up on the pitch. Once again, now if we can produce this performance during the season, then I'm going to be thrilled. If we can produce this defensive display during the season, I'm going to be thrilled. Zinchenko looks well back there. Tommy Also's back in full training. I mean, we're going to find out. But Ben White, I will say this, man. I will say this, man. If Ben White's going up against Zaha on Friday, I know something. You're gonna really find out how good Saliba and Gabriel are in the middle of the pitch, because he's gonna be getting skint if he has to deal with Zaha all day Friday. That's gonna be real fun. So that's one of the areas I think we need to go look at in the window too, is right back, coverage for right back. So I mean,
Yeah, no, I am happy that we have, at least right now, we have a stopgap with White there on the right. But like I said, that you can't. I don't think if you plan this thing out, you would say, all right, White is my right back, and I'm good, because that's not true, right? That kind of weakens your depth in the middle, and we need to have holding it as our next center back coming in after you had a White, I think, is a little bit of a step down. So either right back or a comparable, center back coming in would be really good.
Would you plan Ben White at right back?
For stopgap is what I've said. Yeah, I think as a stopgap. Yeah.
What you played him at right back?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, he played there.
How was he at right back?
He's good. And
that's on a scale from 1 to 10, by about a 5.
He's comparable there. The concern is his one-on-one defense. So if you put up, a winger, if he's going up against a winger, I think we're definitely in trouble there.
It's like I said, if he's going up against Zaha on Friday, he's gonna get skinned. I'm telling you now, Zaha's gonna eat him alive. Eat him alive.
Mm-hmm.
Ben White is okay against. He will be okay against Maccabi Jerusalem and these teams from from nowhere. But when you put him on, if you put him at right back, and he's going up against Zaha, I promise you, he's gonna get skinned. Mohamed Salah, any of those guys, Haaland, any of them guys, he's gonna get turned over.
I was so upset in summer when I'll try to find this out for Matt. There no teams from Jerusalem qualified for Europa League. I was so upset.
So you can't even.
I wanted
they-
Matt's prophecy of Arsenal going to Jerusalem to actually be true. But it can't.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah, I was sat at a buffet. I found that out.
Oh, sorry, Matt. No, you can't even. You have to say, pick another.
I'm going to look it up.
for
I'm going to
a
look up the
country.
Europa League teams now, so I
There
can
you go. Because you can't be lying on the camera now. So here we go. So does Saliba keep a spot, or does our old habits die hard for Arteta and favoritism and cronyism take place? I think I said that wrong, but
Is it meant to be Cronkyism?
yeah, okay, Cronky. That might make more sense to me. But no, I am Saliba. If they want to keep him, they're gonna have to play him, and that's for me the main problem. So whether he starts a game or not doesn't actually matter as much as he needs to know that he's got a spot in his squad and he's going to play, and not just like Europa League games. I think he's shown that he probably can get some Premier League games and be part of a rotation there when we need to bring players in and out. And being his first time in Premier League, I could see him coming and going and not being that shouldn't be a problem for him, because he still needs to get used to this thing. This is not where he just came from. This is not Marseille. It's a lot different kind of league. So, we have weeks between games, but when things start to get busy, he's going to wear down, and that's when you start making mistakes in any sport. You get tired, and you make mistakes, and you forget how to. You don't forget. You just don't know how to handle the tiredness and getting worn down and getting that across. So I kind of feel like, yeah, he's got a spot right now, and depending on how he does, I kind of feel like he can keep it. But I think he'd have to rotate. I don't know what you feel about that, Matt, in terms of Saliba. Does he just keep a spot just because it's kind of right now working out?
Yeah, I mean, right now he's competent, man. I mean, the guy is coming off of winning the French Player of the League and one of the best young player of the league, and one of the best defensive players, and he's already in the starting national team, bro. I mean, come on, man. There's nothing to discuss. Tom, correct me if I'm wrong. If Ben White is not in the England national team, correct? Am I correct in that?
I believe he is not. I believe you're correct.
This guy here is ready to go.
Well, he was in it though.
They told Garrett, y'all told me, y'all said this man. I was told he went on loan to gain experience.
Yep.
Wow, this guy has to sign. Let me also throw this out there. He has to sign a new contract. We have not seen him sign a new contract yet. We would be fools not to be playing this guy. And then he gets up at the end of the year. So, you know what? I'm digging enough games this year. I'm not, I was told one thing and, it's another one. He goes and signs for Real Madrid or somebody. And then we're sitting there looking like fools again. Play the man. Yeah, exactly what Why Not just said. It looks assured and measured. It's time to go ahead and get the guy out there and a competent center back. Is he gonna make mistakes? I'm pretty sure he is. But right now he looks the more competent between him and Ben White.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm not necessarily hesitating on him or anything, I'm more of I'm just trying to, because I'm trying to be real here with how it may work out for him It is a new. It is. He did get the experience, so he comes in with lots of minutes, right? And lots of starting minutes. He has worked out with the French, the French team, so that can't be bad. But he still is new to the Premier League, and we see is he at the level where as soon as he comes in, you play him? Because Tomiyasu, as soon as he came in, he played him, right? And we've not looked back at that at all. And I'd like to say a little hello here to Miss Melina has joined us. Welcome. I think you're still up in Canada there. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We're kind of just finishing up the game that we've had over the weekend, and we'll get into the Brentford game as well before we move on. But I'm okay. Saliba looks good to me. I'm just feeling like, you know what? It should be part of his development that he's going to come in and out of games. And that's one of the things that I think Arteta needs to communicate to his players. So like when they're coming out, it's not because they did something wrong. It's just part of the development. So yeah.
Gary, I think I should point out though, in the interest of fairness, this is not my opinion. This is facts. Ben White has actually played 4 times for England, and Saliba has played 5 times for France. So they're not actually that far apart in that. If you're using that as a measurement.
I mean, it also is the age difference, and I mean, there's what a 3-year difference at least there. So being able to make the French team at his age is pretty good. I think many would say that. Yeah,
they are the world champions for now.
Yeah, I think everybody's it's kind of on the same page as Matt, and why not? He looks calm, collected, and he looks like he's ready to go.
To be fair, though,
yeah.
So this is important to say. If I saw Ben White shoot someone in front of me, I would tell the police that I never saw it because he got Leeds into the Premier League.
So there you go.
If I stoned it, if I saw it, if I was 3 yards away from it, I would tell the police that I was stuck in traffic because that man was our centre back when we got promoted. We don't forget that at Leeds.
Very nice.
Sorry.
There you go. And as you said, and Matt has mentioned this as well, they are, Saliba will make mistakes, and pretty much our back line will make mistakes, being that they're young or out of position. And
Shaka puts them under pressure.
Well, you know what? The only reason why Shaka is going to put them under any kind of pressure is if he has to roll back and cover for Partey, and I hope that never has to happen ever. And the only way that for that to happen is if he's not on the pitch, all right? So let's go through the last comments and then we'll continue on here. So what is this here? Yeah, well, we always have the English tax, right? That's the problem. You got Ben White. Let's face it, if Ben White wasn't English, we'd probably paid half of what we did English tax. I'm still glad White is in the squad, though. Remember, we have more than enough games to share. Definitely. 00 Slice X. Yeah, welcome to the show. Yeah, no, we have enough games. That's why I kind of feel like we need to be able to rotate our center backs, and that's why we need cover. We need a right back. And when Tomiyasu, if he's healthy, I say if Tomiyasu's healthy, he plays. I don't know if he plays the first game of the season now. I mean, it'd be nice to have him come in for about 30, 40 minutes, depending on how the game's going. Ben White should be knighted. Oh, okay. In Yorkshire, right? Yeah. Just probably not
that's
in
an
London.
English thing. No,
Yeah.
where you have to call him sir.
Oh, is that all? Okay. He's not there right now for Arsenal, though. So, and Mr. Tom says he's the greatest thing that ever lived. Yeah, and why not saying hi to Miss Melina? Vintage Rolls Royce. Is that Ben White or is that Saliba? Because Saliba is a Rolls Royce. So Matt, let's get into the Let's get into it. You wanted to talk a little bit about the Brentford game, and for me,
that game highlights the problems that we have on that bench.
Yep.
And this is why you got to get rid of that dead wood, because the bench is what we have if all else goes down the toilet, and that is unacceptable. Bellerin needs to go. Maitland-Niles needs to go. Reese Nielsen needs to be either sold, loaned out, whatever. Balogun went out on loan today. Somebody else, Leno, got sold today. So some of these guys have just got to go because it's not there. It's not there. No matter how you slice it, there's no need of waiting. Some of these guys have been in this team for years, and we're still not produced. Somebody said in the chat, Pepe's look like he's on his way to Newcastle. Hey man, happy for him. If you know, I hate it did not work out for him. I really did. I really hate it did not work out for him, but he needs to be moved on as well. Nothing's gonna change up under this manager and him. It's just like gas and oil and gas. It's not gonna happen. So I mean, that game against Brentford also highlighted this. This is why I tell people, hey man, you can't put a whole lot of stock into these preseason games because you go from one extreme to another extreme to another extreme. You have to wait until the season starts, get you about 3 games under your belt, and then you'll know. As an Arsenal fan, I'll tell you this. It's one thing I know for sure. This modern Arsenal team, I'll tell you this for sure. We look great beginning of the season. When it gets cold and messy, that's when we find out what we're working with. When the season starts to change, when you got to run the games on your back, when you got about 3 or 4 games in a week span, that's when I know what's what. Because see, we're not gonna have the luxury we had last year, just playing on Sundays, playing on Saturdays and Sundays, or maybe a Wednesday here or there, or a Monday night game. We're not gonna have that luxury. We're going to have games coming all over the place. Personally, I think we did. I think we could have played him at center forward. That's what he played at Lille. That's a whole different discussion because I think we have a problem where we have managers that. This is one of the things that irks me about football is that sometimes managers buy players and they don't play them in the right position. This is ultimately why Aubameyang left last year. Instead of playing him out on the wing, you should have played him straight down the middle. Goes to Barcelona, plays straight down the middle, scores, lights it up. Ironically, by Jesus says, I want to play in the middle, put him in the middle, and what happens? Oh, he produces. Play the player, in a position. But yeah, I think Pepe, that whole thing with him and Arteta just didn't work out for him. And I hate that, man, because I really think there's a player there with Pepe. But if we see it to come fruition with Newcastle, then that's another one we have to chalk up. As to the why didn't it work out deal. But honestly, that game against Brentford really highlighted how poor that bench is. Extremely poor.
No, I hear you, and that should, like you said, that should have been a wake-up call for any kind of business that we're bringing in. I mean, we do have to. The only thing I can say right now, and it's a good thought, but it's a scary one, is that we do have 4 players that can start for Arsenal, or 3 that can definitely start, and 1 potential in Vieira, but Emil Smith-Rowe, Tierney, and Tomiyasu. Those are 3 players that can definitely start for us. So we do have, what would be at least half of a really good, bench if they were healthy, if they didn't start. But Tomiyasu on the bench kind of moves things around if that works. And then Tierney, if he's starting, then maybe you're playing when you can, and then you give him rest. So yeah, I kind of feel like, as far as to this question about Pepe, I think there's 2 parts to it for me. If he's gonna play out there, you have to know what he can and can't do if you want to get the best out of him. I understand he's not going to track back and as good as you want, but his mindset has to be that he's attacking the goal, and he doesn't even look like he's doing that for me. He looks hesitant when he does it, and I know if he's one of probably the best shot takers we've got on the squad when he actually puts his head down and just does it. So we'll see. Tony just bleeped in and left us, so we'll see how that works. We'll let Mr. Tom have a little say there about players out of position.
Well, I was going to say, do you feel that Pepe is a player that couldn't handle the pressure of his price tag?
I don't think he even realizes that he's worth that much. Because I just feel he's like when I just look at him, it looks like he's out there going through the motions. So I don't even think that's even put. I don't think he has any pressure. I just don't think he has any. He doesn't have somebody actually pressing the right buttons to get the best out of him.
I think part of the problem is he's a player that I don't know if this is right. It's just what I think. I think he's a player who needs the arm around him, like to get the confidence going. But you're not a club that puts arms around people. You're a club that spends money and expects results.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's
Tony,
why
if you're
it's gone the
talking,
way
just
it's
say.
gone.
If you start talking, we will switch you over. So you're talking, and we can't hear you at
No,
all.
he's done.
There's no delay or anything. Just nice video, nice audio, but no audio at all. I don't actually know what is happening. No audio. Whatever you're using for your audio, you're gonna have to maybe, hopefully, switch it. And you should see in the screen there when you chat. You should see the little green bar if it's working. Right, Matt. Matt, say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should
that's
see
right.
something. You should see something if it's working, Tony. Green bar should actually move if you're actually saying if the audio is getting picked up. So we will. We'll let.
Well, it only becomes a green bar if you are talking.
Oh, I just
Otherwise, it's
saw the green bar go. So let's see if it works.
Can you
Say
hear me
something.
now?
What did you do? Did you have the volume all the way down?
It was on default, and I put it on iPad.
Default was probably like nothing, right?
I guess. Tom, you're a cunt. Hello, everybody.
Wow. You saved up all of that just to say that. That's pretty good. You're on a little delay.
I'm quite honoured that he used his 4 seconds of speaker time to
Now he's
tell
got
me
it
that.
again. Oh,
I think the internet gods were like, we know what he's about to say if we give him 5 seconds and we go let him do it, and then we'll just time him out again.
go say something again, Tony. Because talk about the game at least.
Hear me?
Yep.
Game was good. 6-0. I just start on the attacking front four. See the comments. We figured that out. But the front four looked good. See up front three. I really don't like the 4-2-3-1 formation. Switched it to that game when we'd been doing the 4-3-3 the entire time, except for the half, which is totally different formation. But like Jesus up there, like Saka, I just want to see if the guys get rest. I'm on for Saka. I don't think we really have to go buy a wing. We're going to. We need a striker. Like Matt said earlier, we're totally to be poo or poo poo, whatever he said. We're gonna be knee high and shit is what we're gonna be totally screwed if Jesus goes down. Chance of him, what style of play, inviting tackles, going into tackle, that'd be kind of scary. And plan B is one Eddie because he played for Leeds. But I just don't think he has it in him to get those type of goals. He's not a really clinical finisher. He's a position and knocking the ball in. So if we're shooting works, Martinelli as a option that's generally do that right now in his career because he just seems like a goal. Doesn't see any of the players around him. Doesn't look to pass. time. He just runs towards the goal, shoots it. It goes in. It goes in. Hopefully, he develops more playing time, different people around him. But to me, I think he's the best option. That use an internal option and not go buy a striker, which it seems like we're not going. But that's it for now.
Cool. And like usual, I don't agree with your Martinelli assessment. I actually feel like he's actually playing a lot better, and he actually is
Playing
looking
better,
at the
but I
pass.
just don't think he's got the first touch and stuff you need to be a
Like
striker.
50
First
53
touch
minutes
probably
to
not,
someone
but
else.
he did have two assists in the last game, so he is looking up. And he actually, if I recall, he actually made it to the goal line and was able to put a cross in, with a defender right on all over him. So I kind of feel like those are things he wasn't able to do before.
Not one time.
He's going to have to do it more, of course, yes, but we're seeing that part of his game, right? So I'm going to say Martinelli's, like I said, 2 assists, and they were really nice 2 assists, right? So we'll take that all day. So we've gone through our 6-0 game. We've gone through the Brentford game a little bit, and it's less.
I'm through Tony on mute the entire show.
Tony just his audio was not working. The audio guy didn't get paid, and said, I'm on strike. So I do want to say something, because I guess before we get into transfer talk, for me anyways, I was it was good to see the English women be able to go into Euros and come out the winners at the end. They were playing at home, and they had everything, as far as I'm concerned, go their way. Their last 2 games were against teams missing their best player, and they were able to take advantage of it when you're supposed to, playing at home, and they were able to get it done at the end. So the men had a similar chance. They weren't able to get the job done. The women did, and it was good to see. Being born in England, I can say I can claim some of that just a little bit, if whatever English fans allow me to. But it was good to see that. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about the women winning. I'll go with Matt first here. Oh, Tony wants to talk. What you got, Tony?
I just said, way to go, Lionesses. Kind of
Yep.
good to see him get a win.
Same
wanted
thing,
to
man.
say.
Good stuff.
Cool. And
Yeah, I've got some stuff to say about them. Obviously, congratulations, well done. You were expected to win. You did win. You matched expectations. Congratulations, well done. The best team on the day did not win, and that's fantastic.
there you go.
Also, because usually we do what we are in the position, the men usually, of dominating a game against the Germans and not winning. So it's nice for it to go the other way for a change. And although saying that, they did dominate between 1939 and 1944, but then the next year didn't go so hot for them. But anyway, that's a war reference. Is it too soon? Was that too soon, Tony?
I thought you were
Nearly
going there, and I was
100
like,
I just want your
nearly 100 years ago, lads. Anyway, no,
Tom.
but seriously, well done, fantastic. And in all truth, onwards and upwards, we now need to get competitive against the actual best team in women's football, the American team.
there you go.
Tom.
That's next up. So as Des
Need to
here,
knock America off their fucking perch.
yeah. Leah Williamson and Beth Mead, who was the player of the tournament and the Golden Boot winner, they had a really good tournament. But Leah Williamson becoming the captain just before the tournament started, and was able to keep that team together. And Beth Mead basically did what she did for those first number of games, scoring and assisting. I think she had 6 goals and 5 assists. So you're going to take that all day. She had a really good tournament, so really good. Good for the Arsenal women, good for English football. Really good. All right, so let's get into it. We'll start talking about some transfer news, and I guess I'll let you guys talk about it, and then maybe I'll add some at the end here, and we'll see if we can get Tony to say something here. Yeah, it looks like we're down a goalkeeper now. It looks like Leno is going to go to Fulham for 8 million. 8 mil. What's your thoughts on that
8
one?
million. It's when you see that Smacking 8 million for Leno doesn't sound so bad. Other than that,
How much do you pay for him?
22, I'm pretty sure. But
Did I see
I think
something?
he's a great
Michael went for $1 million or something like that. Is that what you said?
yeah, he went for $1 million.
Mm.
That kind of puts perspective on the market. I'm still surprised no foreign clubs for Leno. I think he's a good quality. Scott never worked on the communication part, but I think he's a pretty good goalkeeper, better than being at Fulham. But we'll see if maybe a little bit of Fulham's career, then he gets sold to somebody else. Maybe we have a sell-on clause. Other transfer sounds like Torreira door now, so finally starting to get some out the door, hopefully.
Not sure where he's going with this one. Not sure where he's going with that one. But yeah, no, I think it's not only is Fulham is Leno gone, but Conco is also gone, so that's pretty good. Renarson's still around, but we'll see about that. Anything you want to say about the goalkeeper situation now? We got Leno is gone, and we do have Turner, and it looks like Hine is our third goalkeeper out of the academy if we need it, I guess, during the cup games.
I just think I just feel like that we just gotta get these holes filled, man. Because if we don't, we're gonna be sitting back and they're gonna be crying come October, November. Because if you think this squad is gonna be able to get us over the hump in its current construction, you're deluded. There's no way that bench can, no. Just no. We got to go out and make these transfers. We got to see what we're going to do, man. They said they're going to be doing some signings. Edu said he wants to challenge for trophies and top 3 finishes, but I'm going to hold him to it, man. And part of that, to do that, you have to be active in that transfer window, man. And finding quality, too. Finding quality. Even if it's old quality, finding quality. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna throw this out there too. I forgot Spikely got sold. I think Leicester might be a team that's gonna be in trouble, man. They might be in that middle to bottom half of the table this year. They hadn't even signed any players. I don't even think they even signed anybody.
They can't because they signed the director of football from Southampton. But legally, he had to go on gardening leave. So basically, they can't get any recruitment done. That's why they've got no signings.
Nobody else can do the job, or nobody else has the certification or qualifications? Is that
I'm
the
not
reason?
sure how it works. I'm not sure how it works, but I know he had to go on gardening leave because, in theory, he would basically have just used Southampton's facilities to do Leicester's work. I think that's why, but I'm not 100%. Because Southampton then got a guy from Man City, but he has been able to do signings. But I don't know. But Matt is right. They are potentially in a lot of trouble because they were trending backwards in the first place, like last season. They're heading backwards more than they're heading forwards, aren't they? Like they had two realistic chances of making the Champions League, failed both times.
Yeah.
And last year didn't look remotely close to getting top 4. But
Only started playing good the last 2 months, and don't know how they'll continue. But they're reported to start off the season, went all the way down to 15th, started finally playing good with the last 2 months.
I will say,
Added to the
though,
top
about
half.
them, keep in mind, though, they were in Europe. So I think a lot of that second half of the season, they basically thought we have a chance of winning European silverware. Similar to West Ham, who also dropped off because they were in the latter stages of Europe and ended up not getting it. So I think that's a depth thing, though, because both teams don't really have strength in depth to handle a league and a cup campaign.
Also,
A lot of teams feel they're not. But sorry, Matt.
I want to throw this out there too. Saka has not signed a new deal. He has not signed a new deal.
How long's he got left?
I think he's got a year.
No, I think he had 2 years left, right?
2 years
So
left. They're going. We know how they go. We know how it goes.
I think there's a reason to that, Matt.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too.
I think there's a buyout clause in it, and they don't want it to get triggered this summer.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something to. We got to produce.
He can't go anywhere for free anyway.
He's still gonna have to,
because of his age.
They're gonna have to do something.
yeah, hopefully, the way the team plays makes it really easy for him to want to stay. And
I think he will, but
Yeah.
I just that's something that people need to kind of don't forget. That's still going on,
yeah.
When we first saw,
Not only
offered
him,
Manila.
but go ahead, Tony.
I said it's like since October, November, because originally they closed salary from 40,000 to 160,000. On the rumors more recently have been there at double his salary. Enough for him, but I think he's worth 100. I really think he is. Should have been done a long time ago. Breakout season, he was making 3,000 a week. They're the best players on the team. He's been dedicated to a club. I think those type of wages might as well be him. Instead of all the on 100K, and he looks up at them 2-3 times. He definitely should be getting the money, at least 120,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only problem is you just don't want to get too high, and then you price yourself out of your own player, and then he ends up walking anyways, right? So that's the
He can't
problem.
walk. You can't possibly get nothing for him.
No, I mean after you sign, like if you sign him too high on the next contract, and then you price yourself out on the next contract, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Like you said, right now he can't walk really until his contract is done, right?
No, I'm saying even if his contract runs out, because of FIFA rules, I might have the number wrong, but it's either 23 or 24. But if you're under that age and your contract runs out and another team signs you, they owe you compensation.
So then there's no reason why do you need a buyout clause then?
Because I want
To protect the
as
value.
much compensation.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to make it easy.
I'll be honest, I don't know the exact answer to that, but I only know this because we've literally just done that. We signed a player out of West Ham's youth team, and if we and West Ham can't come to an agreement on a transfer fee for a player that's basically out of contract, it has to go to a tribunal where they'll decide the fee independently, and we have to pay it.
Well, Saka's worth like 200 mil, so that should be easy, right? But outside of the goalkeepers that are gone, we do have. Looks like Marie might be gone, right? I think somebody mentioned that he might be going to an Italian club. I know Torreira has a lot of interest now. Teams actually want to pay for him. I think Gala, was it Galatasaray? Is that how you say it?
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray.
Gary,
there.
your
I'm
BX is in
terrible.
the chat. Do you?
Yeah.
What do you
So
think?
Big Gunner's in the house. Welcome to the. He's saying good morning. Good. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm getting old with this thing.
That's a thing.
Oh, that's one of their yeah.
That's their code.
That's cool. I'm glad you're listening to us, Big Gunner. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. But yeah, like I said, we've got Marie and Turner look like they could be gone. Nothing on Bellerin, which I think Bellerin's going to be a just let him walk kind of thing. But Torreira seems to be earning enough interest to get him out the door. I guess, Matt, do you have anything on Torreira, Marie?
Nah, you're not even worth my time, man.
All right, we'll move on from you.
Not even worth my time, brother Gary.
Tony, anything you got to say about Marie and Torreira?
Torreira is not to be used. But I told him last summer we could have got about €10 for him. We were haggling over €2 million. So we got rid of him last year. I don't see the point in a couple million pounds or euros. Just let them go. They want to go. And they're definitely not in the plans. Definitely Torreira hasn't been after Emery left. So show him the door as many as you can. But we failed on that. So now it's should have never got a 4-year extension. Neither should Cedric. Never understood that. Man, let's give him 4 years. Let's give Holding 4 years. Let's give every freaking defender we have 4 years, pretty much. Separate chambers.
Definitely, those contracts come back to bite us really bad, and I think this is the comment here: as a fan base, we could be guilty of things passing us by. Definitely, things are passing us by. Looks like for those who are interested, it's like Madison is back on the radar of multiple teams as well. So, if Tielemans, supposedly my understanding is Tielemans or Madison, but not both of them will be gone. So if that's the case, Arsenal needs to get a move on and bring in their guy to help out their midfield. Get that guy in there.
Anybody that puts Zach on the bench will be happy.
Definitely. And it also looks like Balogun is also going to be gone. Reams, I think it is. Stade Reams.
Start the
Yeah.
Could be
So
take his physicals their time.
he's gonna get a lot of time there because he's basically replacing their striker that just went to PSG.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good,
He'll
right?
be featured
So
quite a bit.
yeah,
He needs
and that's what we
He's
need.
never going to play for Arsenal. He's never going to play for Arsenal, is he?
Why not? We don't need him to
I
be
think
ready
he-
Well,
today.
could you keep loaning him out for a start?
Well, we did the same
We
thing to
screwed up
Saliba,
that
and he's
1 year. We didn't use him at do anything with it.
Mhm.
yeah. No,
I think people buy
His second
strikers.
year of his career, probably 2 years.
Teams
I think.
cultivate defenders by loaning them out to get experience. But I think strikers generally are loaned out if you don't really think you're going to play them.
They were
You
trying
need-
to get his contract down and did nothing with him down. Loan him out, didn't play him. Barely played with under 23s, did he? Till he signed a deal. So just
yeah.
wasted a whole year of his development. Now I think he could be in there instead of Eddie if in it. So I guess to go out on loan.
Yeah.
Hopefully the loan helps him bring him back, and Arteta integrates him in.
True. Yeah, I guess we have a lot of work to do. But I mean, as long as we get some players out, it sounds like that's one reason why we're holding up on the players coming in. I did see a report on there, which is it just shows where we stand as a club, selling and buying, and with all, I think it was the 8 players that were brought in by Sven Mislintat. 8 players brought in. 7 of them, I believe, have been sold.
Leno was the
And
last
basically,
one.
We got 20. Is that what it is?
yeah, I think it's 129 that it cost us, and we've only recouped about just under 27. Just under 27, so 100 mil out the door, basically gone. Just gone. So Torreira going for
Yeah, you made that back in the TV deal, though, so you're all right, really.
it's
Yeah.
no, it's this money. It's money lost, regardless of whether you get it back. You don't spend all that money and then go, you know what? Well, I had the same money that I've had the last previous years coming in, so it's okay. No, you just wasted 100 mil.
Well, I know you're wasting 100 mil. I mean, if you were saying, "Oh, it don't matter, we got the money from the TV to spend anyway," I'd be saying the exact opposite. I'd be sitting here going, "No, actually, you lost the money because you spent it on crap." But I just like being devil's advocate, innit?
I hear you.
This donut's nice.
I hear you. So we are like around 75 minutes
How
here.
was your Walker sensations? Did we ever get a report back?
Oh,
They're actually quite tasty. They're not as good as the Thai sweet chili, though.
How about
That's
your
the elite.
donut?
This donut's quite nice. It's not
How
as
about
good as a
your donut?
Krispy Kreme. Nah, not as good as a Krispy Kreme.
and since I got you on the
When
screen
you
there,
see
and
that hot right through a Krispy Kreme. They just melt in your
I'm
fucking
prepared for this
mouth.
week, right? I have a question ready to go.
all right, so let's hear it, Mr. Tom's question of the week.
Right. What year was the last time both European Cup / Champions League finalists had no foreign players in their starting 11?
You said European Cup finals in Euros, correct? What do you mean?
Well, I mean the Champions League / European Cup.
And you said no foreigners?
Yeah, basically two different teams or 2 teams from a country, and every player is from that country.
And this is Champions League era.
He said both.
He did not say that. I don't think he said that.
I'll be very charitable and say it's actually before the Champions League era.
Okay, so that means it would have to be European Cup, Runners Cup, and all that stuff. So you probably, you're probably talking like no foreigners in the team. You talking like, yeah, man, that's late 50s, man. 60s, that's 50s, 60s type stuff. There.
Ajax.
So it's-
Ajax.
No, I think
Teams.
no.
He
It's
says
gonna-
thinks it happened in 1939.
I would have to go the last two teams. It probably have to be Real Madrid and in the 1950s.
It's later than that, but not a lot later than that.
So we're looking at I'm comfortable with saying Real Madrid, and you said two that same year, or just that team.
No,
Benfica.
both teams in the match had an 11 entirely from that team's country.
That sound like
Both teams.
The Big
That sound
Gunner
like
got it
Real
right. He said Benfica. Is that
Nope.
one of them?
no. That sound like
Nope.
Real Madrid or Juventus.
It's neither Real Madrid or Juventus or Benfica or 1939 or 1952.
Ooh.
Some of you are
Not
going
in
to
the
kick
bars.
yourself. Unfortunately not. Let me know when you're ready for the answer.
Let's go, man. This is a good one.
Right.
Let me see if I get a couple more guests from
Is it Dynamo
those in the
Kiev?
chat.
Dynamo Kiev.
When I finish the donut, I will reveal the answer.
So
Is
I
it
guess Bayern
Dynamo
Munich
Kiev?
is Bayern
Seven
Munich
hundred
a
Party
good
to
answer?
Belgrade.
Nope. This is a genuinely good question.
Ooh, yeah, later than is it 1955?
Later than that.
Ooh,
I'll give you a clue. It's between 1966 and 1968.
So Merslin and Ajax.
you're looking it up. Stop looking it up. I
Ajax
see you look at.
to begin with. Tom never said anything.
You're cheating,
He is cheating.
Tony.
Right.
I said Ajax.
The answer.
You did say it earlier, but he didn't say anything, so I'm not sure.
It's not Ajax. So
So there you go, Tony. So you
Right.
can't read the answer off the screen. Oh,
Yeah.
67?
right. Well, yeah, I
67?
said that. I literally told you the answer.
No,
I said
no.
between
Des is on
60
a delay, so
66
maybe.
and yeah, between 66 and 68. So yeah, it was 19. Right, I'll read exactly how it was written when
Milan
I
and
discovered this. Despite overseas players being a modern phenomenon that we associate with the 1990s onwards, you actually have to go back to the 1967 clash between Celtic and Inter Milan to
Oh,
find no foreigners in the starting lineup of each European Cup finalist.
yeah. You know
As
what?
a bonus, the entire Celtic team was born within 30 miles of the stadium.
I knew it was an Italian team in there somewhere. That's the only. I knew it was an Italian team in there somewhere.
Wow, pretty good.
I knew it had to be an Italian team because that was the only team that.
I was gonna say, should I go with a team from?
There may
least
be
we're-
teams that there may be a match where one of the teams has entirely from that, but not both.
No, cause you
It's
know what?
not.
No, it couldn't have been Real Madrid because Di Stefano was in the team and he's from Argentina. So no, it couldn't have been Real
Yep.
Madrid. I thought about it. Yeah.
Exactly right.
So nope.
Quite right.
Cool.
And that was Mr.
Puzzled
Tom's
everybody.
question of the week.
That is, and you know what? I'm just gonna push this out there for everybody after the show.
Thank
If
you.
you're still awake, for those who are familiar with the Guna podcast, Mike and I guess Mike and his group there, they are doing today their 27-hour podathon for leukemia, the Leukemia Association. So if you have, I just put the link in the chat there, but I think it's it just started, I guess probably about 5 hours ago. So you should see it the link in there if you want to check it out after the show. So for a good cause, I think they did it last year for about 24 hours, and I was able to get on there right at the end, which is kind of cool, and close it out. So pretty cool adventure that he's got going on. It's been doing good each year. He's put it out there. So, and he's got a lot of guests coming on. For those, I think Lee Dixon came on to start it off.
When he had Lee.
Yeah. So yeah, and I saw when they had Kevin Campbell was on there. So I think there'll be some more stars on if you check it out. So yeah, does like the question there from Mr. Tom. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. Now I have that answer in my head. Hopefully I can remember it. So yeah, I guess we'll get through some of these chats and then we'll move on out of here. Garlic's job. I don't know what his job is, but if it's just like passing a paper across and getting somebody to sign it, he hasn't had to do that too often, or at least in a while now. So, and if we're still in that situation where players are walking away, so contracts aren't worth
The
the
only
pay.
thing he does is
As
try
they
to
said
figure
here,
out how to. I think that's the only thing he's good at.
yeah, I don't know what I thought he had some sort of football background in terms of recruiting and whatnot. So I thought that's what he did as well, but maybe I'm wrong. So we're just gonna head out of here and let everybody have their say before we do check out. Oh, actually, you know what? No. We're not done yet. All right. You got a opening weekend coming up. Crystal Palace.
Pump the brakes, Gary. You forgot
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the game.
yeah,
How do you do that?
yeah. We have a game coming up. So this time next week we would have played our first game. Leeds would have played their first game, right? So
Yep.
I'll let Mr. Tom talk about his team who they're playing. I don't recall who they're playing. I think you said no. I think they're playing Wolves,
Well,
right?
Yeah, you think right.
Okay, so yeah, so there you go. So, but Arsenal, of course, once again, it's a Friday, and to create a hysteria, at least in the Arsenal fan base, they put us on a Friday, hoping on the road, away at Crystal Palace, who beat us 3-0 last time we played them.
Man,
So
I'll be watching it.
I think
Keep this
everybody in England football will be watching it to see if there's a total collapse on the field and then a collapse in the social networks.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be watching it if I weren't at work.
Oh, there you go. But Arsenal should, based on the way they've started, at least the preseason and continued on, has a much better team as they did going to start the season. Definitely, no COVID situations that we know of right now. And it looks like Tomiyasu is actually practicing, so he'll probably most likely be on the bench if they need him.
Sorry.
So, yeah. So I'll let. Oh, yeah. Des is like the show, and he's going 3-0 Arsenal. I'll start up here with Tony here, and we'll go down. You want to say something here?
I'm gonna go ahead and scoot. I need to take this call. I just missed a call.
Oh, okay.
I will say this: we will win the game on Friday. We will win the game 2-1. I think it'll be kind of first game jitters, but I expect us to win the game 2-1. Jesus will score a goal, and I think he'll score both goals actually. So that's my prediction on that.
Oh boy, I should have you out on the front of the big screen. Sorry.
And I will try to be on next Monday. I will be out of town working, so it depends. I'll be out behind y'all, so I will try to be on. If not, I will definitely be back the week afterwards, and I hope to be in a good mood, considering that we should have 2 victories by the time I get back. If not, I will be you will see rare Matt.
I don't know. I think the people like it, but I like to see the happy Matt with the 6 points in his pocket.
Yeah, and also don't forget this Thursday, I will be joining Jez on the Arsenal History and More channel, and I'm sure we're gonna probably talk about the game Friday. So make sure you join us over there.
All right. So are you dropping off, or are you just stepping away?
Yeah, I'm ready to drop off because this is
okay.
Yeah, I'll be going by time.
You all have no excuse. You support Arsenal. Watch his show.
Yep.
There you go.
I have an excuse. You don't have an excuse, and I'll probably watch it as well because I'll watch anything as long as I know someone.
There you go.
Good stuff, y'all. Everybody have a good night.
All right. See you.
Okay.
See you, Matt.
All right.
All right. So we'll let Tony have his say on the game coming up. So go ahead, Tony. Oops, I thought I dragged us over. All right.
Team the last few years definitely were last year. After international breaks, we got a draw. Lucky 95th minute goal from Lacazette, or we would have lost that one. Then after the March international break, which I don't like that anyway, lost 3-0. That's kind of a start of our bad runs. Definitely shouldn't have lost that one. Should have been ready after international breaks. So we're ready to start the season. We look like we were in pre-season. Want to see nerves. Just wanted to see what team got there. Play attacking with pace. Pace is going to be less if we have Zaka out there, which he probably part of the club. But I kind of think it to be 3-1 our team, being over optimistic, but I'll go 3-1.
Cool. Yeah, I had 3-1 as I think we might give up a score, but that'll hopefully that'll be late. Some people actually have us giving up the goal first and then coming back and basically just taking control of the game. But I want it to be an easy one. We jump out ahead 2 goals and then maybe we let them back in, but we finish it off. So that's what I'm thinking there. Mr. Tom, you have anything to say on the Crystal Palace game?
Yeah, I think the team that scores first in your game will win it. Because I'm not certain that your team has the temperament of overturning a deficit. Obviously, for your sakes, I hope I'm wrong. But you know what I'm getting at when I say that, because you're Arsenal, and but I do genuinely think you will have more chance of winning this than you did of beating Brentford last year in the same fixture. I think that will help you be better prepared for Friday. Also, the previous loss should have you better prepared for Friday. And other than that, just forget Arsenal for a second, because I tried my best to. And
before you talk about Leeds, let me just have my say on that. Also, for me, you've got Jesus there, who, even if they go down a goal, still knows that the game's not over. So once again, I think the experience that Jesus and Zinchenko will bring will be something a little bit different. So yes, as a team, they probably will not have that mentality that the game is not over because they're down. But also, you've got a Jesus and a Zinchenko that know that just because you're down doesn't mean the game's over, and you can still get the win. So yeah, Ben Ireland also has a 3-1 win for Arsenal. So there you go. So let's we get into and let Mr. Tom talk about. Basically, it's going to be Mr. Tom versus Mark on the stoop, because he's a Wolves fan. So that should be interesting. However that finishes it off.
We like to call these matches stoop derbies, when one of the triangle of terror, Leeds, Wolves or Arsenal, play each other on the stoop. Stoop derby. I'm quietly confident that we're going to win the game, but I'm more hopeful than confident, because it's still, my hairline was down here before I started supporting Leeds, so just tell you about the stress that team puts you under. I mean, I don't even know why people like football, in all truth. I don't know why we all support football teams, because I'm sure we'd all be good-looking men if we weren't into football. Because
Definitely would have less gray hair.
Tony would have legs if he didn't support Arsenal.
His legs just got up and walked away. They were done.
Exactly. But
this leg set up. I'm done with Arsenal.
Yeah, it went out the window. But see, this is the thing.
I think I tried giving it to Pep, but it still didn't work.
I want Ben to be right. I want that to be the case. I'm not going to sit here and be defeated. Obviously, there was a time about 5 months ago where I'd accepted relegation before other Leeds fans had, because I didn't want to sit there on the final day and have hope. I didn't trust you, though, because let's face it, you're a fucker. Matt? But no, I trust him, Matt. I didn't trust you, because it's you, isn't it? Let's be honest. But
fuck you too, Tom.
If Tony told me the sky was dark at night, I would look outside to check. But Gary knows I'm right as well. Gary checks as well. But in all seriousness, right? Like I said, I sit here and I'm like, I can't think of a reason why we won't beat Wolves. But at the same time, I'm still sitting here like, but if there was a club that could find a way to fuck this up, so we're just.
Are we ever gonna get a fucking score prediction, Tom? You just said there's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I think we'll win it 1-0.
Cool. Cool. And we are, like I said, we are at the 90-minute plus mark. So I'll let you have your last words, Mr. Tom, while I got you up there.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to everyone who supports the show, especially the people in England that are here at 7 minutes past 2, listening to us talk shit, but more especially my talking absolute abject nonsense. And
Not talking at all?
there might be people out there like, I want to watch Tom eat a donut. Go on the internet at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can watch me eat a donut. It had the sprinkle. It had like the icing. It had, I think you call it sprinkles. It had the sprinkles on it. Delicious. Anyway,
Let's have a brand name of you get it from, Tom.
Anything else before Tony? Wait a second. Anything else before you
no,
go?
well, no, it was just a store-bought donut. Well, it was actually from Sainsbury's, the local supermarket, but I don't think they're not in America, are they? So you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah. So seriously, thanks everyone for staying awake. Or the Americans for enjoy your dinner. I don't know what the time will be there, but
It's dinner time.
Gary was
Just
cooking. Yeah,
past-
Gary was cooking before. Enjoy your dinner. I recommend the pork chops. So, bit of apple sauce. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I turned into Chef Tom there for a second. But anyway, yeah, that should be a side show on here, cooking with Mr. Tom. But anyway,
Oh, look, Stefan has joined us. I don't know if you've been in here for long yet, but going to the seaside in the morning, yeah, you can just sleep there, right? You can just sleep there. So, all right, I'll let Tony have his say. Tony, finish
get
up.
4 donuts, Ben. Get 4 donuts. Excellent.
Trying to get in there before high tide or low tide. What time he's getting there? I'm here the whole time. Not sure with technical problems. Both on my iPad and don't know what was going on there. And my prosthetics legs guy came, gonna talk. Kind of frustrating. But it's nice to see everybody here. One's on the other side of the pond, which is most of the people in the chat right now. That's kind of why we spend our time doing this, because we like the interaction, like having fun, like with disputes.
We're English and we'll go where we want on YouTube.
Tom, your time's over. Anyway, glad the season's here. Nice to see it start. Like you said, Gary, people need to go watch the Gooner podcast, see who's on there. First hour I seen was Lee Dixon was good. Gary's squad was on there. Didn't get to see too much of it because I was doing other stuff. But watch it. Go donate if you can spare the money. And
All right, cool. Thank you, Tony. So yeah, we are here at the end of the show. Thank you everybody who has joined us. So Stefan joined us right at the end there. You have Ben Ireland, Biggs Gunner joined us. Miss Molina was in the house. OO Slice X was in there. Dez was in there. I don't think I missed anybody else. I think I called everybody. Did I get everybody else? I think. There's a Tony Turner that joined us. I did say BX Gunner joined us.
You're right, Norbert, not Tony Turner.
And it's Mr. Tom also joined us. I don't know. Why Not was in the house to start. So I don't know where he, all you guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be doing this again, as you know, twice a week. We have the show on DWTT. So we'll see you again on Saturday. Probably, I think on Saturday there will be a game. I don't remember. What time do you guys play on Saturday, Mr. Tom?
The Leeds play at 3, I believe.
Okay, so
wrong.
that's just
Sorry. So in context to you, that basically means we would finish about 15 minutes before the show.
Cool. So I don't know if you're around, Mr. Tom, but right after the game, right after at least there is a game, I think, at that time when we have the show, but Leeds will be done. So we'll talk about
Yeah,
that. We'll talk about all the games actually.
The evening kickoff will be playing while we're on the YouTube.
True. So that should be kind of
Why
cool.
not?
Yeah.
It's on his bike again.
Oh, all right.
Why not's always around. I had faith that he was still
Yeah,
listening.
I'm still here. Okay, cool. Cycling around, listening to us. Nice. So, like I said,
Why not?
everybody,
What?
thank you for joining us. We'll do this again next Monday. Matt might be here, or he might be on location. So we'll see if we get him. But otherwise, we Arsenal and will be at Crystal Palace on Friday, and then you've got, I think, Leeds are home, right, to Wolves. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that should be pretty good. It's a good. Football is here. Football is here.
Back.
We got 4 days from now. It'll, the first game will be done, and we'll be screaming or shouting about it. So very nice. So we'll see you again, like I said, and like I guess like I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. All right, thank you, everyone, and we'll do this again another time.
I'm doing his
And
best
we're out.
Bruce Lee.
Yes, he is.